GPS or maybe the Galileo can't do?
It depends. For worldwide, Beidou can give a accuracy better than 10 meters.
Okay.
Which is, I think GPS is better, maybe worldwide. But in China, especially Asia Pacific area, Beidou can give the accuracy better than 5 meters, which is much better than GPS. So it depends.
It depends on the region where you're using the services.
Yeah, and besides of that, still the service type. GPS is concentrating on the PNT, positioning, navigation, and timing. We have these basic functions, and we can provide extra and add valued services to the customers. So I think in some way, Beidou is really competitive to this GNSS market and industry.
Let's turn back to Mr. Shen Jun, my other guest joining us for our live coverage. Mr. Shen, can I get your take on the different relationships between these global navigation systems? We were talking about whether there could be cooperation maybe between them.
Of course. I guess among the systems, we are competitors, but we are also cooperating with each other. In the field of satellite navigation, each system are trying to together to achieve what we call the compatibility and interoperability. And compatibility means that the systems are not interfering with each other, so they can exist peacefully. Interoperability is a
Mr. Shen,
capability.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. We are now moments away from the liftoff of the rocket. Let's take a look at those live pictures coming in from the Xichang Satellite Launch Center. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go.
Lift off. Lift off time.
This is 9:43 a.m. Beijing time.
Pitch over. Remote signal normal. The tracking radar normal. Suite 112 radar tracking normal. Radar tracking normal. Optical radar tracking normal. Remote signal normal. Flight condition normal. From Xichang, tracking status normal. 211 tracking normal. Remote signal normal. From Xichang, radar tracking normal. Radar tracking from Xichang normal. Remote signal normal. Flight status normal. Tracking normal. Remote signal normal.
210到，停止受消防。20明白。宜宾遥测信号正常。
From Yibin, remote signal normal.
助推器分离。
Separation of boosters.
宜宾3107雷达跟踪正常。
Yibin radar tracking normal.
一级关机。
First stage turn off.
第二级分离，庐山3106。
First and second stage of Rocky separates.
川3109雷达跟踪正常。
Radar tracking from 西
西昌
昌 normal.
3109雷达跟踪正常。宜宾遥测信号正常。
From Yibin remote signal normal.
2518遥测信号正常。
Remote signal normal.
2518遥测信号正常。
Remote signal normal.
贵阳3105雷达跟踪正常。
Guiyang. Radar tracking is normal.
西昌雷达跟踪正常。
From
遥测信号正常。西
Radar
昌飞
tracking
行正常。
normal. Remote signal normal. Flight condition normal.
宜宾3107雷达
From
跟踪正常。
Radar tracking
宜
normal.
宾3107雷达跟踪正常。
From Yibin radar tracking normal.
超整流罩。
Separation of fairing.
贵阳3105雷达跟踪正常。贵阳
Radar tracking
3105雷达跟
normal
踪
from
正常。
Guiyang.
宜宾遥测信号正常。
Remote signal from Yibin normal.
宜宾遥测信号正常。西川3109雷达跟踪正常。
Radar tracking from Xichang normal.
宜宾3107雷达
From
跟踪正常。
Radar tracking normal.
2518遥测信号正常。
Remote signal normal.
2518遥测信号正常。西昌雷达跟
From
踪正常
Xichang，radar
遥测信号
tracking
正
normal
常。
Remote
西昌飞
signal
行正常。
normal. Flight status normal.
贵阳3105雷达
From
跟踪
Guiyang
正常。
radar tracking normal.
2级关机。
Engine of the second stage of the rocket switch off.
2、3级分离。
Separation of the second and third stage of the rocket.
琼海3109关高压。宜宾遥测信号正常。
Yibin remote signal
宜宾
normal.
遥测信号正常。宜宾3107雷达跟踪正常。
Radar tracking normal in Yibin.
西昌雷达跟踪正常，遥测
Xichang
信号
radar
正常，
tracking
西
normal.
昌飞
Remote
行正
signal
常。
normal. Flight status normal.
天路、渭南、厦门跟踪正常，遥测信号正
天路、渭
常。
南、厦门
华山飞
Radar
行正常。
tracking normal. Remote signal normal. Flight status normal.
贵阳3105雷达跟踪正常。
Guiyang radar tracking
卫星
normal.
管路排气正常。天路、渭南、厦门
天路、
跟踪正
渭南、
常，
厦门
遥测信号正常
tracking。
华
normal.
山飞
Remote
行正
signal
常。
normal. Flight condition normal.
天目厦门跟踪正常，遥测信号正常，
tracking
华
normal,
山飞行正常。
remote signal normal,
The
华山
rocket
flight
launch
status
that'll
normal.
carry China's last satellite into orbit to complete the Beidou Satellite Navigation System. It'll be a while before we hear from official channels whether the launch has been a success. We're on standby looking to hear from all of those ground commands and monitors on whether the mission has been a success. Let's go to my guest, Shen Jun, who is also monitoring the process for us. Mr. Shen, we know it'll still be a while before we hear whether the launch is a success. How are things looking out for you?
So far, so good. Hello?
Yes,
Did I
Mr.
lost
Shen,
you?
I can hear you.
Okay, I guess it will be another
天目厦门跟
天
踪正
目厦门
常，遥测
tracking
信号正
normal,
常，华
remote
山
signal
飞行
normal,
正常。
华山 flight
the
status
rocket
normal.
working like this. The Long March 3B rocket has a core unit that's in the middle, and
三级
four
依次
strap
关机，
so the sequence is like this. After liftoff, we can see the first the strap-ons burned out and then it's separated, and then after it penetrates the atmosphere and the fairing, that's that cover on the top of the rocket, separated, throw it away so that can the carrier rocket can eliminate some of the extra weight. So it continued to fly. Then the third stage was the first stage was separated from the rocket after the all the engines, all the fuels are burned out. Then second stage, then the third stage. Then I believe normally for a geostationary satellite like this one, there are about 3 hours of the flight for the upper stage to deliver or to inject the payload, in this case the rocket, the satellite, into the final predetermined orbit. So I guess we still have a long while to wait before the launch center officially announced the result of
天目跟踪正常，
today's
遥测
launch.
信号正常。
Absolutely. And Mr. Shen, when will this latest satellite become operational once it's in orbit?
Normally, we need what we call the on-orbit test that makes sure everything works according to predefined plan. Normally, for example, the brother of this satellite, the GO2 satellite, it takes about 3 months to be commissioned. So I guess we would another month or two before this satellite is joined the constellation and officially commissioned.
Understood. We talked about how generations of the Beidou satellites provided different scope of coverage for users here on Earth. At first, it was just a coverage here in China, which was later expanded to coverage in Asia Pacific, and now when that Beidou system is complete, which it will mean global coverage. When will global coverage be up and running? In 3 months, as you just mentioned?
Actually, talking about global, the China Satellite Navigation Office announced on December 27th, 2018, that was like a 2.5 year, 2018, year and a half ago, they